Hello, my name is Kathrin Wagner. I'm Associate Professor in Art History here at Liverpool Hope University. And I want to talk today a little bit about two illuminated manuscripts that you can see here in front of me. We bring our students from the Creative Campus, who are fine art students, art and design history students as well. We bring them here to the collection so they can work with these very, very beautiful and precious objects here. And this is a very rare and special occasion for them because these books, illuminated manuscripts, they're very old. They're from the Middle Ages, 15th, 16th century, and normally they are kept in libraries and they're not accessible to the public. They're normally not even accessible to researchers. Yeah, so because they're just so precious, they are made of natural materials. So parchment is made from animal skin. There are pigments, minerals used as well. So we have to keep them under very specific conditions in the libraries so that they are preserved in the right way, which is why they're normally not accessible. But these books that we see here and other objects as well come from the Radcliffe collection, and the Radcliffe collection comes from the Anglican Cathedral in Liverpool, and we were asked to be custodians. The university was asked to be custodians of this collection, and they gave us permission to use these objects for teaching, which is a very, very rare and wonderful opportunity that we have here to work with those books with our students. So normally I give a lecture in art history to our students on illuminated manuscripts, and the students are interested, but not as much as they will be once they come here to the collection, and they are literally blown away when they see these objects in person, when they can handle them, when they can really look closely with the magnifying glass. So it's so only then they fully understand what a special thing it is we're doing with them here in the special collection. Good. I would like to talk a little bit about these books now, and I'll start with this one here. It's a very, very small book, as you can see. So illuminated manuscripts, or these illuminated manuscripts, we call them books of hours. And the reason why they are called books of hours is because they were used by private people normally during the liturgical day, and to pray, to read, to meditate during specific times of the day. This is why they're called books of hours. And they were very fashionable objects back in the Middle Ages, and they were very expensive as well. Yeah, so they were good objects to show off and to show wealth as well. So very often they were owned by women. Yeah, they would carry them around. They would sit down and pray. They could take them on trips, on their travels. Because they were just, as you can see, very small, very handy. You can just put them into your pocket. So this one here is a very interesting little object. It's very used. So you can see here that it's, the parchment almost comes off. It's from the late 15th century, we think. There is not a lot of research that has gone into these books of hours, these manuscripts. Hopefully this will happen in the future. So there's a bit of speculation at the moment about the origin of this book here. So we agree that it was probably made in the late 15th century, and it was probably made in England because we have some English text in the book, which is not usual. Normally it would be in Latin. And so on this first page here, we see a beautiful full-page illustration, and we can see a queen sitting on a throne, and a female person kneeling in front of her and giving her something. And we don't know what this something is, but it could be a book. It could even be this book. Yeah, so we are not quite sure. So if we think of, well, who could the queen be? Again, speculation, but quite likely she is Elizabeth of York, the wife of Henry VII. And the reason why we come to this conclusion is because on the other side here you can see a red and a white rose, and this amalgamation of two roses, if you like, happened after the War of the Roses ended and Henry VII became king in 1485. So we think it's Elizabeth of York, who was the wife of Henry VII, who's shown here. Just coming over to this book here, which is also a book of ours, from the late 15th century, but probably from France. Yeah, so we have a different origin of this book. And the reason why I wanted to show you this book is because it has beautiful illustration of the margins. Yeah, so which is something which is quite popular in the book illustration, the book illumination of that time. And you can see beautiful flower arrangements and foliage, some fantasy animals here as well. Yeah, so you see the gold leaf that was used that made the books also so expensive. So yeah, two wonderful examples, with the writing on one side, the prayer text on one side, and then the illumination illustration on the other side. Good. So this was my little intro to these books and how we use them here. So we bring our students here every year, our first year students every year, in November, around November time, and so we will be doing this again this year in 2023 in November.